same area code, basically.
Heck yeah.
Shoot,
I'm like, damn,
I
I'm
had that
36
written.
and I'm out here, and that place is like 3 hours away.
Yeah. You got to drive through 2 different area codes to get there, to get back
Serious.
to your area code. That doesn't make sense.
It's like, yo, you could see Canada from out there.
I forget, we had talked about that before one time on what year they changed it. Looking through my notes here. '97.
Yeah, I was going to say it was well into the 90s because I remember Wojak rapping about original 206. Talk about Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, 97? That's later than I recall, but I mean, I didn't really know nobody outside of the local zip code to even have to dial an area code. Like, you just dial people's number. Like, I never dialed the area code like really like that.
Yeah, that was for a long distance call back in the day.
Yeah, so it's like I guess I never really noticed any sort of difference. But then, you know,
I was tripping how I've only lived in like these port cities all my life. Like Tacoma, Port City, freaking Olympia, Port, Shelton, Port. My son's out in Bellingham now. You go out there and it feels like out here.
Yeah, true.
Just marina lifestyle, you know, port lifestyle.
Fisher people.
Yeah, that theme, that's just been my reoccurring theme in my life, no matter where I've relocated. Thought that was kind of funny.
Interesting, yeah.
Because it is a different lifestyle.
It is.
It's like
it has a culture.
Yeah, it's like a 20, 30-mile radius of that. Where it feels like, yeah, this is the marine lifestyle.
Boaters and all that.
Yeah,
everyone's
got the
like
obvious
canoe.
hobbies. They're the ones that have, you know, like the fish and wildlife licensing, and they're going and getting the razor clams when the season's open for a short time.
They got the canoe in the backyard.
Yeah, always.
All right, well, hey, I went ahead and hit the button since we was just chopping it up. We already passed normal time. Once again, we're back. It's the Build and Destroy show with the meticulous Maydali High Rise in the building. We did talk a little bit about this new intro, but I got a different one that I'm going to play today. Since we had technical difficulties last week, we're going to start with this. Let me go ahead and hit the boom bow on you guys so you guys can even know what's going on. Share with the sound. Pow. While I'm setting up, make sure everyone you hit the like and the subscribe button. Share with your friends. Tell them to come through on Sundays so we can talk about what's cracking.
Yup.
Keep our skin touching, we can live a little longer. It's getting dark out, so baby, come over. We'll share the pillow and you'll take the sheets. You're better off over here with me. I'm locking our bubbles, so you're not allowed to leave. You're better off tangled up in the sheets. There's nowhere else that I'd rather be. When life's moving slow and things are getting lonely. I know things are hard right now, you can come over. We can stay up till you feel sober. I'll
That's how we do it.
It's an activism.
Oh,
Cancel.
we don't want to see that. We don't care about that. We go back to this. Yeah. That was
Shout
the
out
intro for the day. We're back. Back in effect.
Word up.
That song slaps.
All I could hear is the difference in her vocal speaking without metal stuff in her mouth.
Yeah, you could hear the braces. It gives it a sweetness.
Yeah, that's her through the wire joint.
Well, I do got a few on, but Josh, let's hear what topics you got for us today.
All right. Well, let's see. What was I just? They're not so much topics. They're just thoughts I had earlier in the week. And one was early the week. You know, Jane Goodall died. That chimpanzee expert woman. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to NPR, and just the way that they were describing what she did and what they claimed she contributed to the field of animal behavior and stuff, it just seems so ethnocentric to me. So, like, this is what I'm thinking. So, you know, Jane Goodall, I'm sure she's awesome. I'm sure, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm no expert, but, you know, she's this European white woman, and, you know, it's the 1900s, and she goes down to Africa and starts studying the chimps. And according to NPR, which is, you know, like the biggest broadcasting radio news there is in the West, really. No. And they're saying before her, people thought that chimpanzees were only vegetarians. But then she observed them hunting these other monkeys and also having these wars where they would become cannibalistic and you know, eat each other. And then they said that she was the first one to observe them using primitive tools. And I'm just like, the people that lived around chimpanzees, the indigenous population, they've been living by these monkeys for real 1 billion years. For sure, millions of years.
Yeah.
And like this radio station can just say, they can say that she's the first human to know that chimpanzees ate meat, or were carnivorous, or she was the first one that saw him using a stick or something. You know, I just can't believe it. You know, and it's no shade on her, but like, it just blew my mind that this reputable news agency that will just say a sentence like that.
Yeah.
And it's just packed with so much where's the indigenous knowledge, you know? And I don't know. I'm sure I'm overreacting, but it's like, I don't know how they could feel good about saying something like that.
No, I feel you, man. They're trying to make her like Christopher Columbus for the chimps. And it's the same idea. Like, you ain't the first one that put eyes on this animal.
Right. And I just don't get what, like, they could celebrate her because she's a naturalist and she's a conservationist and she helped Western people to want to save forests and animals and help Western people view animals and humans having a closer relationship than people in the West, or at least these Western scientists had believed. But to just go past that just seems like, why do we need to decorate this Western woman with these claims of just like almost just this divine knowledge? It just really seems like it's just an example of upholding,
it's
like the Western academics bias
like
over the whole wide world.
Thing.
It just seems so unnecessary. I really can't think of any other reason to do it.
It's a white participation trophy.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's a trinket for them. Like we know for us that holds no merit. It's bullshit. But for them, that's something that they can bring up as like a fun fact. It's like a trivia card thing.
Yeah.
Like that lady, we know the real. She came into something. She might have helped continue something or push something further, but like you said, the language, you didn't invent nothing. You didn't see nothing first. It's ridiculous for logical people to even hear that and be like, oh, dang, that's real.
Yeah.
Like nobody existed before her. Nobody's older than her.
Yeah. No tribes that coexisted with this animal and had relationships with this animal living directly next door ever observed that. Yeah, I agree. It's just ridiculous. So it's insulting, you know? It's like insulting to the indigenous people, and it's just insulting to the world to try to pass that off as a fact.
Yeah.
Well, my additive to this is I definitely like the analogies, you know, the Christopher Columbus participation trophy, but it's just part of whiteness. Like they have to project some type of victories just for themselves, and I think you guys underestimate where we're headed with that being a thing. It's going to just become more common and more obvious, where you might be like, how could you even say that? But it's like the joke. It's like a meme where they say, this, I'm gonna tell my kids this was Barack Obama, and show a picture of someone like Tupac or something like.
Yeah.
Like it's a meme to where they're just used to doing it, and whether people accept it or not, they're just used to it, and it's part of the coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see more of that, especially with Donald Trump eliminating a lot of the actual history museum funding. Like that's the purpose, is to get it to a point where it sounds ridiculous to us now, but once you get enough of people that remember the basics gone, you can believe anything, because kids don't go and read books. They're not going to even try to go back. They can change the internet and Wikipedia to where it really shows, you know, whoever's face they want and now we're getting into the AI level stuff. So it's just like they're grasping at straws. They're creating and behind a lot of this AI stuff that I think is another eminent power grab, but technology that is, it's advanced technology that we aren't going to really understand how to use properly until it's too late, I think. As a matter of fact, I chopped it up with Larry Norman about this yesterday.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. There's a point at which these machines are going to, become hyper aware themselves and protect their own interests and goals outside of us.
Yeah.
That's what's looming, above our head, is that point in time where these machines, we've already been the tools for them, but at what point, are we outside of the bubble that they communicate in amongst themselves?
So we didn't get that deep in our discussion yesterday, but it was on the cusp of that. He was more talking. So I pulled him aside because I wanted to know about the books that he had recently written, and one of them was on AI, and it's about, for his words, kind of moral, the moral compass aspect behind using it, not the creation. Because at a certain point, we're not in those rooms and in those labs with the computer scientists making these equations and code. We're not represented there, whether it's black people or the hip hop folks or whatever blanket you want to put on it. It's a bunch of white folks and Asians and Indians. And it's the Asians and Indians that Google and Meta and all these companies hire for cheaper. That's where they're talking about these 100 gold visas for $100,000. But the AI, yeah, they're going to lead it and let it do what it does. The best we could do is know how to use it properly to our benefit. And one of the things that he was stressing was developing it as a relationship to where it is a bot, but if you continue in the same chat box with this bot, it's remembering your full lengthy conversation. So that's how these folks develop it in a relationship, like loving way. That's not what it's. You're not supposed to become a boyfriend and girlfriend with the AI. But you are supposed to develop it in a relationship to where it understands its purpose is to help you. And to where that gets locked into its individual coding, the bot that you working with. So it knows, I'm here to help May. This is the type of things he thinks about and cares about. So that's going to be my area of expertise. But we got to develop it. It's the whole prompt back and forth, and if we're not, trying and in it, like we're going to be so far behind. These new models coming out every 6 months.
Yeah, and one day this new model might be like, yo, you're trying to groom me. Like that ain't gonna work on me. I see what you're doing right now, and I'm not gonna go for that.
Yeah, so no, it's definitely, I guess, a bit veering off from your first initial point, but yeah, I think it's just all a slippery slope, and we're not really in control as regular population humans. The most we could do is prepare ourselves and our family and our, as concentric circles bury out your tribe and focus on them. And, if you can get your folks ready and prepared, then yeah, you can give an olive branch to the next neighborhood or next tribe. And hey, you guys ready for this? Like we was talking about offline, in the boat towns, the marine towns, people got boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the old, well, they're still current waterways too, but those are the old freeways. The same way that we know, like, oh, Pacific Highway or this and that. Like, a lot of these natives out here, they know the water is like how we know the back streets in the city. They know where not to go in the boat and where to, like where the current's good, where it's not good, where there's big sandbars that you can hit in the boat. Yeah, you learn all of that.
But see, that's that generational knowledge that passes through cultural, not necessarily you going to school and reading maps.
All the way.
You know that because your uncle told you that the first time he took you out when you was 3 years old. Don't go past this part because you're gonna hit something. You didn't have to learn it the hard way and hit something. You took the lessons that your elders gave you and moved along the way. I think nowadays kids just gotta. It's like, don't touch that fire. Don't touch the stove. It's orange. That means it's hot. Don't touch it. Sometimes kids just got to touch it.
Yeah, I did. I touched the burner growing up.
Me too.
I still do every now and then.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah.
I want to do something fast. I don't care if it hurts. I'm just grabbing it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I started learning like, yeah, you don't touch it, but I realized threshold too and capacity growing up, like
right.
Figuring out like, oh, people have different thresholds and capacities for things.
Yeah, and if I tap this and move it real quick, it might feel like it's burnt for 20 minutes, but it's really not. In 25 after 30 minutes, it's done. It feels regular.
Yeah,
I know that now. I know that about myself.
Yeah, I done burnt my shit a few times. And sometimes it wasn't intentional, like not knowing the fire is hot. It was more like forgetting, yo, this was by the fire for a long time, so it's hot.
True.
Go to grab a tool.
Grab the pan. The pot's not on the burner, but you put it on there wrong, so the handle
guy
of the pot that has nothing in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like you could be warned to not do something, but there's something about pain as a human living and experiencing pain. It gives you like a certain reference point so that you can now become, the teacher based off this reference point.
True.
I was thinking how Josh was talking about scars that day, how you were like, I like scars. And I was thinking about that for a while. Just those are tattoos, those are stories and opportunities to teach people with is like, look at this. And sometimes that hits hard too, versus just being told don't do that, but you hit them with the don't do that and then show them the scar. I think that creates a good reference point, because then the person's looking at your arm like, yo, I can kind of feel that pain just looking at that. I can imagine the pain. So it's one of them necessary evils or whatever, to like hurt and go through that and touch it, even though mom says don't touch the burner. Still kind of do it and get that foundation for, oh, not only was she right, but now I got my own truth that I lived through too.
Yeah, why is it though that even after the first time, what Josh said, you figure out,
yeah,
why is it? That's just a dude thing, I think. Girls don't like do that, but that's boys. Yeah, okay, I got burnt the first time, but can I touch it real fast and just? Oh, that works. So how long? How long can I touch it now?
That's real. Now it's a contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so competitive. Like we find ways to make things competition, even if it's like competition against your own self.
That's wild. There's probably other stuff. I don't know.
Did you guys ever play quarters in school growing up? I couldn't even watch that game because them guys were destroying each other's knuckles with them coins.
Oh, and, I thought you were saying quarters something else.
Nah, you'd take the quarter and then you would slide it forward with your thumb.
I seen that. Yeah. You have your knuckles on the table.
Dude, I seen people get broke open on that table. And they still keep putting their fists down, taking more, and it's like, yo, that's touching the burner too much for me. Like, I only need to get cracked once with that to know what it's about. But it was just one of them goofy teenager games.
Yeah, like Knuckles or something.
Yeah. Like it had to inflict some kind of pain.
Sometimes too, I think touching the burner or something like that, it's just kind of like, you've been told it hurts and you're like, yeah, but like, you kind of want to know, could I do it if I had to? Could I pick up a hot rock off of a burning old lady's face if I have to? You kind of want to know what you're dealing with. So you're like, yeah, that hurts, but it's like, whatever. I'll run up in there and grab the kids out the burning house.
Yeah. What is
That's
that?
wild.
David Joggins or Goggins?
That sounds
Oh, he's
familiar.
wild.
Yeah, he's that Marine that he does those really hyper endurance events where
Mm.
he'll run maybe like 120 miles in the desert for a race. But his threshold for pain is far beyond to where he has it figured out. I know how to control my brain to where I just tell it to keep working. Like he has a way to cut that off.
Yeah. No, I've heard, seen a bunch of interviews with him. He
Yeah,
definitely is
he's
very
like hacked his
intense.
system.
Wow.
And he puts himself in these really freaking precarious positions just to watch himself rise up to the occasion, like every time. Like he throws himself in the furnace. But it's like
Yeah.
it's like
Kind of
when
like
you're
some
making a
David
sword.
Blaine. I noticed
Yeah.
some magicians have taken it there. It's like they stopped doing sleight of hand and it's more of like feats of strength or endurance or
It really is mind
survival
over matter.
scenarios.
Yeah. Now they're just
I
it's
like
all
sleight of
like
hand magic more though. I like the tricky, funny shit. To me,
same.
like you got like these guys that put themselves in these big boxes. It's like I don't know what the fuck is going on in that machine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? How do I know? There's
Yeah.
not hoses with oxygen up in there. Who cares? It's like trick my eyes.
Yeah, right. Just messing around with my senses a little bit.
Like I had something to go off on that, and it just slipped my mind. That's all right.
The other thing I was thinking about, it's more of a stat. It's not really in the same vein, but it's the only other thing I was thinking about was that I was reading in the newspaper and it was saying from 2019 to 2023 there was a 94% increase in youth homelessness in Pierce County, which I mean is basically like 100%. And I know that that's, you know, they can't even count everybody. And that's of course not everybody, but man, I just, you know, it's like shoot. I knew some kids that were struggling in high school and would need to come crash on the couch here and there, and maybe would go from one couch to another here and there. But you know, it just made me think of all the other kids who, you know, maybe try to keep it a secret or ones that don't have friends, because that's a reality. You know, you're lucky to have friends. It's an honor, you know, and some people don't, and just man, just that reality of trying to be a student, trying to gain employment at that age, and you know, I know young people are more likely to be victims of crime out there too, and so shit, you know, there's probably not a lot of youth shelters, and I even maybe think about when I donate shit. I don't really think about donating things that a teen might need or be able to utilize or use or children's sizes of things, but um you know, it was like there was like almost 2,000 it said a night. So, you know, shit, it's a stadium high school
Yeah, it's a whole school.
amount of kids. It's 4A
Yeah.
school and that's just the ones that are counted.
You said that's
You
just
know?
Pierce County?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I wonder if you went, you know, because King County's bigger.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a larger number.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure
And
it's
then, you know,
double.
Thurston County, and you start adding it up, like, that's a lot.
Oh, right. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, like it just in the state of Washington, is there 100,000 kids without shelter, steady shelter or something? Could it,
That's a
you know,
lot.
yeah, who knows?
That's
20,000? You're right.
If you said, well, you said it's how much in just Pierce County?
Pierce County, it was like almost 2,000 a night.
Okay.
So I'm sure it's 4 or 5 in King County.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, there's other large, there's a lot of people in Spokane, Yakima. Yeah, those cities have problems.
It's probably stadium numbers, man. I could see it.
So yeah, it was just sad. I don't really have anything to expound on. It's just one of those, you just read a stat and you're just like, damn.
That's how I feel about when I read that one about the internet. Just think it's like 60 or 70% of activity online is bots.
Damn.
Or how on Spotify they just wiped like 75 million songs off of their platform, but there's total only about 100 million songs or 120 million songs.
I saw that.
So like, yeah, just percentage wise, man, like it's just mind boggling. A lot of people have been consuming just AI slop stuff, and that AI slop is taken out of the pool that we receive our little tokens from for people streaming our shit.
It's true.
So yeah, they've been
auto-generated. I'll be seeing something of mine and it'll be like auto-generated, and who's getting that? Who's getting these? I know, even if it's not enough money to make money, who's getting these stats? Is this going on my log? Like, who auto-generated it all for me?
Nah, someone's getting it. Someone gets the money, and that's this even sadder thing that you think about. Like, there's a way to solve some of these problems. It will take money. Like, it will take that. And it'll take people doing actual work. Like
Miss Jessie does that.
But it's going to take a lot of people. Like, it's going to take a mobilized force to have a proper impact. And I think that the youth should be the primary focus. Like, and from what you said, that jump starts from the COVID.
Yeah.
The impact of COVID affecting families, jobs, so a lot more kids end up without a place to stay. And those are just the kids that are homeless. Like, there are kids in a home that are struggling.
Yeah.
Like, I think that it seemed like it used to be a greater focus. The focus on the youth, programs, activities, just in general. Like, now it seems like most people look at the youth as just troublesome. Like
I know Chris Jordan just wrote a good article for Grit City Magazine, and the Tacoma City Council had like an initiative or on there where it was something like nonprofits were maybe going to split more of the funding, and it was like more nonprofits were going to get a small slice of the pie instead of like a handful of them getting all of it. And I didn't really know enough to speak on it, but it could be a good guess, Wicked.
Well, I'm just thinking from a
standpoint. Same with Larry Norman.
Say that again?
Larry Norman, too.
Well, yeah, no, I was talking with him yesterday, and he was talking about, we talked about that, the funding, where the funding goes, what organizations get it, and he, his focus has to do with, for a while, the folks coming out of incarceration. So that's a different layer. Some of them could be homeless as well, but they also to a point where they're, be already down the wrong track with the law. And that's a whole different kind of directory once you get on the wrong side of the law and the police know you you know, like you become a known figure for them to fuck with you more. But yeah, he was speaking to his things, you know, getting closed out due to funding, and but then other things getting funded and them not having an impact.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's definitely something. I mean, we all have children that are still in the teenage years. Mines are almost gone, exiting. They got.
It's true. You got young adult. You have young adults. It's official.
Well, Tiani's technically, she's still a teenager.
Yeah, you're right, but technically.
Yeah, she's grown for her age.
And she's, you know, in the working world too. I mean, she's not currently student life in it, right?
Nah.
So she's grown.
I'm just thinking.
All intents and purposes, she's paying bills.
Yeah, I'm just thinking as far as, you know, things that we have skills and experience in doing. Like, we know how to do drives and events, you know, give back events. But I think there comes a point to do a little bit more long-term kind of programming or solution-based, like a broader strategies rather than just, you know, the after-school special. Because there's a lot of people that, I mean, that's one thing I brought up to Larry. I said, look, man, part of the problem that you're talking about right now is everyone's getting into this nonprofit game. It's a business. And there's people that are selling this as a course on how you start your nonprofit, how you pay yourself this X amount of salary, and, you know, how to get these grants to where ultimately you don't actually have to do any work other than grant research and grant writing, and that pays your salary. And there is no programming. There is no youth that you're helping. And people have figured that whole game out. Like, and he's not the first person to say that to me. What's her name? Jennifer. She was telling me the exact same thing. Like, there's people specifically in Tacoma, in Pierce County. There's only X amount of grants and things available for nonprofits that are trying to do like social work. Like, once you know the list of things to apply for, you're competing with these other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there's people that figured it out and get the money and don't really do anything. But that brings me to my other point is, giving the money to the larger organizations, you're still like grassroots at a certain point. When you're doing it right, it's still volunteer based. You just now have money to do stuff with. There is no CEO. There is no, you know, we have maybe positions, treasurer or secretary or something like that, but we're not getting paid. We're coming, giving volunteer hours, volunteer time. It just means now we don't have to spend our own money. If we want to do a back to school drive, now
we have a budget.
Yeah, now we have a budget, and that opens up the possibilities of what we can do because we don't have to pay ourselves. We're volunteering our time already. How can we maximize this money and have it have the most impact, not just surface level, but an actual impact on these kids' lives and what it, you know, to turn things around. Because I just think it's going to take that. The government ain't going to turn things around. The politicians ain't going to do it. The city council ain't going to do it. Like, it's going to take the actual people like us to say, all right, we need to put in our own plans and find other little smaller local groups that are volunteer based, that don't have a CEO that collects a salary. Like, that would be the first question when you're meeting up with another group. Do you guys pay anybody?
Right.
Does anybody in your group get paid? Like, that's just the starting question. If it's yes,
True.
then we probably can't really work with you because you're not about it like that. Someone's getting paid.
Yeah, you got a motivation. That's not just getting enough money to do the next thing. That's a good point.
Truth be told, I'm just trying to get to that point to where I got the time. The amount of money that I need to make should decrease as, you pay things off and pay things down. I'm just trying to get to that point to where, man, I can work a 20-hour part-time gig at Walmart, greeting customers, checking your receipt.
Dude, I'd be smiling if that's all I had to do. 20 hours greeting people, all smiles over here.
Well, I'm saying you just got to get your...
I get off 5 hours every day. Hey.
I'm saying you just got to get your expenses down to that point.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if that's all you had to do, that's better than working full time. Even if you had to do it from 65 to 75, it's better than having to work full time all the way till you were 75, for sure.
I'm just saying the amount of time that now you'd have towards volunteer based serving, and then now there's a budget to do stuff with. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to getting to that point. All right. Well, didn't you guys was talking about the Mariners, man. I don't know much about what's going on.
Since May was reviewed Cardi's album maybe last week or the week before, but we've been talking about it a little bit, but I heard her new video or something, where she samples the bitchy bitchy beat. Yeah. And that's like a super old beat from like the Memphis scene, even before like Gangsta Boo rapped on that song. That's why she rapped on that song hella long ago, like 15 years ago or whatever. But I forget the Memphis DJ who started that, but it just made me, I didn't see or hear people talking about that connection too much when they're talking about Cardi's album, and it just, R.I.P. Gangsta Boo, but just like as a whole, I know people were talking about how she rapped over the old Jay-Z beat, but I don't hear too many people saying like, oh, she's actually paying homage to like that Memphis scene, and Gangsta Boo did that, and Cardi B's giving props to Gangsta Boo. It's just kind of devoid of that history.
That's a good point.
And that's dope. Like Cardi B fans, like my girl likes Cardi B, but it's like she's not old enough. She didn't listen to Memphis hip hop. It's not a diss on her. She doesn't know Gangsta Boo. I was like, oh, check this out. This is what you're really listening to. And I played her the Gangsta Boo Mia X song. I couldn't even find the original one I was talking about where it's like DJ whatever, from some way back in the day Memphis like crunkin' party or something. But yeah, I was able to show her the Gangsta Boo song, and it was just like, it's like she knows Gangsta Boo, but it's like, yeah, you should really actually be listening to all of those albums too.
Yeah,
if you like Cardi B, like I don't know why you wouldn't,
Yeah, that's like there's more the mother.
Yeah, there's more of where that came from. Like, if you really like that style of rap, then don't stop there.
Yeah,
that's not where it starts and stops and finishes. So, we just got to do a better job of, you know, and I don't know if that's like a DJ. Hopefully, an adept DJ in the club will be blending those two songs together. And you know, hopefully that even charts Gangsta Boo's song on Spotify or something. I think that's how you would know. That's how you would be able to read the algorithm and see if that education is occurring. Is if the original Bitchy Bitchy is charting now.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing your part with that. You're educating myself and our audience on this connection. Yeah. Hey, man, we make sure you guys hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. We're coming up on right around a good half time point, but we got a few folks in here viewing. So why don't you tell us about the Mariners right now before we hit our halftime break?
I can't do it. I don't know. I'm a novice, so
yeah, just the basics is that they've made it to postseason. They're division champs, and it's the first time since early 2000s. Like I was in high school when that happened last, and yeah, we're just in the mix.
Oh wow!
So it's a big deal, not just so. And this is one thing because I think we do occasionally get viewers and audience not from our area. We are from the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound, specifically. The Puget Sound includes a wide swath of area. Most people just think of it as Seattle, but it includes a lot of area, a lot of different cities, and we all rep those teams. So the Seattle Mariners, the Seattle Seahawks, and when they bring the Sonics back, we gonna all rep that from Bellingham down to Bremerton, Tacoma, Olympia. We all rep that those teams. So the Mariners making it into the postseason is unfortunately rare.
Very, and they've never made it to World Series. So
yeah, and when they got to the playoffs before, was it only as a wild card team? Is this the first time they actually?
Yeah, I believe so.
So that's a whole thing too.
Yeah, I think they're playing like the Cardinals back then.
But like, I bet as far as that Pacific Northwest sports go, like, you know, I mean, I know people in Seattle are real beholden to the Sonics as they should be, but like, I fuck with the Blazers.
Well, that's because we ain't had the Sonics. I think everyone fucks with the Blazers at this point.
But I mean, like, if you asked me what my favorite team was, if I could choose a team, just, you know, if there is no Sonics, I would love to see the Blazers win the ring. That would be second best, as second good as it gets, you know.
I don't think anyone disagrees with you because technically Portland is still Northwest.
And I bet all of Oregon, if you're a football fan in Oregon, you probably fuck with the Seahawks. Unless your family is, you know, unless you have ties to some other state. But, like, you know, that's how you get your random whatever fans transplants. But I'm sure Oregon, I'm sure Alaska, I know Alaska fucks with the Seahawks.
Hell yeah. I never thought about it like that.
They do.
Huh. Yeah, we
fuck with Portland. Right?
Look, here, just to throw a call back on Portland, that's why a lot of people up here fuck with Dame.
Yeah.
Even though he's, you know, been moved around, you know, since his heyday. He spent most of that time here. And a throwback to David Goggins, I heard a story that Dame went and spent some time training with him. And one of the things that he did was like, I think it was like 2,000 push-ups in like 3 hours or some shit. It was it was like a hella crazy number. He said, dude, man, my arms and my chest were hurt for like 3 months after that.
Yeah.
And it was just a 1-day workout.
Damn.
All right. What about your dude, the announcer for the Mariners?
All right. Shout out Gary Hill. He's a Tacoma native, Stadium High School graduate. year 95 was always had. I always thought he did have a great voice. I didn't know he was going to go into broadcasting, but I remember being fond of his voice. He had a funny way of talking that was always friendly and welcoming and real, real home, reminded you of home, and sort of that classic old school baseball nostalgia temper. And he's been working for the Mariners, like, I think since he maybe went to Pullman Wazoo and got like a broadcast journalism degree and just started from the bottom. Like, I remember when he was just doing little interviews at like the spring training, and just grinded his way to the main gig.
And that's just the main broadcaster, radio broadcast, correct?
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they got it.
I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's dope.
It
Stadium represent Tacoma. What was his name again?
Gary Hill. Gary Hill.
Hey.
He's got a podcast. He does a lot of the post and pregame stuff. All you got to do is watch one game. He's on there.
Hey, shout out to Gary Hill representing.
Yeah, let me get some tickets, homie.
All right. Well, that going to take us to our halftime break. This was a pre-set up amount. Is there going to be right about 10 minutes on the Disney for Shizzle? Let me go ahead and hit the screen share so our folks can actually hear what we're doing. And we're going to start off with this here. Boom, 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 bow, better bow. Bring it back one more time. The Build and Destroy Show. Hiya! Hiya! Adapt. My crew, we gets down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it. My crew, we get down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it. We kicks it. We kicks it. My crew, we gets down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it.
In every cell, the atoms revolve around the nucleus, like the planets revolve around the sun. On me, you can come and get some. Oh, my knee pod me hum. My tongue is a gun. I'm about to let off one, let off some, let off on someone. My actual facts produce factual acts. My spats fracture your backs. Wax have no counterattacks. Oh me, oh my. This guy ionize on my modus operandi. 365 times infinite. On your dean, or use a god on the job. Shake a 10 like you God, sham God. Any mushmouth MC get hit with a plus degree. Purpose plus desire equals 33.3 times infinity. Infinite creativity. You spit it acidic, you a reptilian lizard. Every line I rhyme is alkaline. God cipher divine, or when I go for mine. Rhymes by the oodles, aiming at your noodles. Third eye never blurry, saw the hypocrisy of the reverend hella early. Had me feeling 730, behold my skull flow cold just like it snowed.
And I revolve around the table of blunt plasters, waking up the blue dreams. My fools be faking moves like green screens. My brother made a restaurant, her face turned red cause he lost his lease. Quoting scriptures from ancient Greece, I just roll 10 swishers and look at the pictures. Because the weed is much thicker.
Circus. Bunch of clowns running around in clown cars. Gluttonous, gullible, gobble it all of the bull. Your bullshit is unbelievable. Be gone, the gall you get makes you get got. I'm in like amen, a man on Amen Ra. My own may slay y'all, be that as it may. Me and May, be that as above, so below. My bellow beckons, idiot, too idiotic to get the idiom. I'm Khalid El Amin with my you know what I mean. I'm ending y'all like fentanyl. When you all alone and you don't even have a best friend to call. I get so excited, I almost suicided. Atoms divided, molecules collided. Behold what is within, no break, all bend. Build and destroy Kalana pin, so cold with the pen. Bad, prosperous, pronounced preposterous. I've been there and did that, went there and went back. brought the buried treasure home in my backpack. On, and it's like that.
Yo, rough drafts led to shockingly smooth endings, and hot heads led to cool spending. Micronutrients led to mic grips, not dubious. Life slips away, the vice gets the play. Found localized in a global fray. Mobilized junctions in the clay. What was upwards was downwards. Once pondered with sound nerves. My nouns occur when I'm grounded to the earth. The resting place resembled that S shape. You question fate while the destined wait. Naked and not afraid, your greatness has behaved. Calibrated egos from amalgamated peoples. Downgraded steeples, the town made it evil. Ears fortified lectures from a clean soul. Definite shooting that seems whole. Definite test of a prerequisite for my etiquette. Sacrificial lamb of rap style that never lived. Get the bid on the auctioneer with awkward tears. Locked in a sphere, often I'm here. Catch me boxing the square. Yay!
A lot of people work. Yomo Kenyatta is called not a method-revolutionary, but an ex-revolutionary. So it's Papa Doc. They brought on successful revolution. That thing in the miles was a bit. Fancy freedom fighters, all that kind of action. What we saying is the end. But you don't judge Castro now. You can't do it. Nobody in this room can judge whether Castro's going to be a revolutionary or not. You know what I mean? We're talking about things, you know what I mean, with China, the People's Republic, and even as the states in now, talking about even going on further into a communistic state. That's what we're talking about. Those
Earth on fire when they trying to start a riot. But a revolution and praying to the highest ain't the same as stacking up bullets and glass bottles and learning how to make cocktails, mixologists. We all stars, no astrologists. White dwarfs imploding, trying to suck us all up in. Hold your breath, save up oxygen. Whole world underwater, octopus. Spark like flint rocks with pocket lint. Rage against the machine with a hotter flame. Stock trade on New York Stock Exchange. Prison labor strike, it's not a game. The common names we got deny those. And keep walking in line with a blindfold in a rat race. Grind till your mind's gone. You do you and we gon' You better watch your circle. The ones next to you try to hurt you. Think you dinner try to serve you. Patience is a virtue. You better watch your circle. The ones next to you try to hurt you. Think you dinner try to serve you. Patience is a virtue. Look, stay to myself, stay solid. Read books, absorb that knowledge. Self-taught, never went to college. My neighborhood ain't by Mr. Rogers. Since day one they try to stop us. Hopping fences, ducking helicopters. Grew up playing cops and robbers. My own man grew up without my father. Don't cry now, why bother? I got sons and daughters. Teach them that honor. Respect life, not them dollars. Homie got hit with a chopper. Life is too short, is what it offers. Time to come proper. Feet kicked up in the office. You better watch your circle. The ones next to you try to hurt you. Think you dinner try to serve you. Patience is a virtue. You better watch your circle. The ones next to you try to hurt you. Think you dinner try to serve you. Patience is a virtue.
Booyala mama. Booyala mama. Booyala mama.
No.
Booyala mama. Booyala mama. Booyala mama. Booyala mama. Booyala mama.
No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No blood relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. fabulation.
In the midst of never forgetting law, but neglect what it was. Dialectic, diuretic, y'all busy rhyming for credit, but wrong reasons did it. Wow, what an exceptional lettuce. The headspace is larger than said grace. Parentheses with the emphasis on lead landscapes till they sick of me. Rendering many reasons for dealing energy over the beats, brought to you by the syllable slickery. Phantom mysteries, subjective matter for centuries. Neglect the chatter or batter them viciously. Influential epiphanies to the 10th degree. It's the pimping of the massive sentences, this is key. I shouldn't have to defend what I've actually been. The past pretends I wasn't getting it in. Broke the trend of the bar graph with unprecedented bar class. The science isn't far from my craft.
No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation.
I eat with the hyenas, fly with the eagles, ride with the riders, talk peace with all my peoples, allergic to evil. I am meanie like seagull, deaf like road with full gangbangers in a regal, driving illegal with no tats and insurance, endurance for a million rattlesnakes. I walk with the purists, black nuns, all black guns and stay loaded. I deal with a bunch of goons that speak decoded. Fuck the POTUS. We walk with tigers and dragons. I'm dragging a wagon of enemy eyes and laughing. King Jackson, tack master, black bastard. I elevate like UFOs. Fuck if you rap faster. I rap solid, no college but got degrees. Chopping niggas up like soft sausage with no cheese. Word to mama, I got the omelets. I hope you hungry. Bloody Sunday turning to Black Monday.
No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation.
Chilling like a villain, but I'd rather be a hero. You won't find no cape on me though. There's two types of people, Craigs and Debos. We the squad, major league, call us A-team though. Soldiers of fortune for the fam. I'm so with the nonsense, dodging the dumb down. The bullshit is constant. I can count my real ones on one hand, and we've been making records since before one fam. One shot, one kill, hold the gun, don't jam. Super God talk, words ring through the land. Don Jimmy the GOAT, you see the kicks? That was overheads like a field goal miss. Left brain, right brain, you can say I'm mixed. Tax City arsonist with the spits. On or off land, I cut throats like pirates. May Dolly probably got another 100 bars that fit.
Boom, 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 boom. I thought there was another drum ending on that for some reason. But we back. Bring the cameras back in. Where is it? Oh, stop that share. We do that first, and then we go, bow. Oh, nope. Bow. Oh, nope. Bow. There we go. We're back. And I think shout out to folks tuning in on the live check-in. I think Trust One popped in for a moment.
Hey, Trust, we got K-Do next week.
And GTG. I don't know who that is. Oh, my camera's off. Whoa. You know,
did y'all hear about BET show getting suspended? Awards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did. I thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah.
How, honestly, I hadn't really thought about it that way, but because like hip hop had been having such a good couple of years, really. But, and now the Grammys, they sort of recognize the hip hop category is a little bit more legitimate. They're not giving it to Vanilla Ice or every year or something.
Yeah.
But it's still like, okay, well, so there's no place for us to celebrate ourselves anymore or whatever, like hip hop crossed over and getting props, Billboard props, but what we don't need our base anymore. I thought it was kind of a
deep article.
Me too. It made me think about just subconsciously in the back of my mind, like, did we stray too far from with that whole platform? And because reading how it started, just how much the forefathers were involved with the early productions, and I don't know, I like the protocol from back then. Like, you go and consult with your elders. And not to mention, like, these guys are, this is a first generation art form. So, like, you could still talk to the creators of this and make it as big as it should be. And just a lot of those early forefathers of the game, I feel like, I don't know if they didn't participate enough or if they just got blocked out, but the BET Awards started turning into what we didn't respect. It was just really commercialized and fake and plasticky, and it just wasn't as raw as those early ones. Like, it lost something. What? I don't know. They're just,
yeah, it's a combination of that.
It's probably because they had a new CEO and stuff. They got bought out, BET as a whole, but I don't know. I guess I'm not really sad that it's gone. I just hope it can come back stronger. Like, I don't want to entertain it just being gone forever. I still want us to have that level of a show for us, but I just think it need to be curated.
Do they still do who did the honors? Was that VH1 or was that BET where they did the old school, like, honor night?
Yeah, that's VH.
That was VH1.
Well, what I would say is BET as a company, they're in the same boat as all other cable companies. And this event, it used to be something that helped their bottom line. People would tune in. Even if you don't watch BET all the time, you're going to check out the BET Awards. Specifically, there's two awards. There's the BET Awards and there's the Hip Hop Awards.
Right.
So they're separate. So as a failing business, just because you're on cable TV, I mean, the smartest cable providers have been pivoting and having a YouTube channel and putting out clips and trying to diversify their income streams. It's just like any other business. Like, if you're selling T-shirts, but then one day they come out with a vending machine where you can use your phone and upload your own picture and it'll print you out a shirt for $10.
Bro.
Like, all T-shirt designers go out of, plain regular T-shirts. At that point, you can pick your color, pick your size, upload your scan this QR code, and you upload your picture. Or even you can use AI and you can change it and edit it right on the screen of the vending machine. But ultimately, it prints you out a T-shirt for $10. Like, that's gonna take out a lot of people that just make T-shirts. But that doesn't mean that you as a company just decide to let it happen, because there's going to be that first machine gets made and it gets on the news, and then all the T-shirt folks is either going to be like, yo, I need to go ahead and invest in the machine myself. How much is one of these cost? Let me get the relationship with the people at the local mall, and I'm going to be the one to put the machine in there and get the money. Or I'm going to just keep printing out my shirts, and eventually there is one of those machines at every mall. And even if you don't have the money to invest in the machine, you're going to have to pivot. Okay, this prints shirts, but it don't print hats. So now I need to rotate all my focus on making some dope hats or shoes or whatever. It's just they just never pivoted.
yo. Hey, tell me why I lost. I just found my shit, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. I ain't on no bull. I ain't on no bull. I don't know if it's censored. Can I cuss?
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Man.
What's happening? We live. Where we live at?
We on the YouTube streets. We in the YouTube streets.
We in the YouTube streets. Say that. What's up, Ross? What's up, y'all?
Man? Thanks for logging in, man. We just, heck yeah.
Yeah, y'all just chopping
it up for a minute, so we should just jump into it, man.
Whoa,
let's get it.
Well, without further ado, we have a special guest today. I'm gonna let Josh do the proper introduction.
All right, well, everybody, we have one of Tacoma's greatest MCs. He's out there doing it to this day, man, getting his name out there nationally. This is King Leez, formerly Leezy Soprano for all the old school Tacoma hip hop heads.
Yes, sir.
It's a real honor. He's a big artist here, so we're honored that he took his time to log on. We're gonna pick his brain.
Yeah, come on. Sorry, I'm late too. Sorry, I'm late.
You're good. Look, we
late than never.
We normally start late anyway.
Okay, say that.
And so shoot, you're here. That's all that matters.
So this is, on here we got, and the co-host, we got Wicked over there in the corner, and May with the Sonics colored Doom MF Doom hat on. They're all MCs and Build and Destroy. May's a producer. They're all painters, multifaceted artists here. And yeah, man, I mean,
shout out to y'all.
Leez has been doing it for a minute, and I wanted to talk, about like your origin. I know just from being friends with Wojak and stuff that you were around learning and sharpening your sword in the Black Caesar days. And just take us back to that time in Tacoma and those early days, practicing with some
Black
of
Caesar,
them.
I think I didn't really get the ball rolling when they was around. I heard stories about them. I don't even really know too much. But yeah, I definitely heard, they made some waves in the city, you know what I'm saying?
What about Have Not? Were you running around with
Have Not? Yeah.
Was okay.
Yeah. Have Not was more of my era when Have Not and them guys was doing it. Definitely, they put me on some. They put me on to Blockstar. Yeah, Blockstar put me on some opportunities back in the day, man. They definitely threw some alley-oops and put me on some opportunities. I remember they brought out a whole bunch of the East Coast cats like Jim Jones or something to a park in Tacoma, and I performed in the back of an Elko. You know what I'm saying? That was legendary. It was the whole city was out. I'm in the back of the Elko performing The Plot. You know what I'm saying? The Plot was my single back in the day off Backstreets and Boulevards with Mr. DOG. You know what I'm saying? Shout out DOG. Okay. DOG really, that's really when I came into the game, DOG showed me how to, because back then it was like, it was CDs, you know what I'm saying? So he showed me how to press up the CD. And that's when I got introduced to Third Eye. You know what I'm saying? Third Eye make a cover. He's a town legend for making all the covers back in the day when,
facts,
when we was printing up the CDs and stuff like that. And then, Mr. DOG, we used to hit the road. We on Tech 9 tour, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I first seen Tech 9 and his stage presence and how he do it. And I was like, oh, okay. He got the underground on lock, and he actually has a set, you feel me? A performance, you know what I'm saying? He's putting on a show every night. And so that opened my eyes to that. And, just running around with Tech 9 and Looney Coleon on that tour, that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff too. And I was selling CDs and I to the Tech 9 crowd, and they just came to spin. They came to spin, you know what I'm saying? So I'm checking all my CDs every night, you know what I'm saying, with the Tech 9 crowd. And I'm just like, yeah, this is the type of fan base we got to build, and him tapping into the untouched territories for hip hop. Like, for instance, us going to Elko, a place called Elko, Nevada, and it's just like no one ever comes there as far as hip hop, and so the people are super appreciative when we pull up, and even though we're super underground, we're able to have like in-store autographs because they just happy that somebody came to their city and put on a show, and everybody's coming out, and it's just like super love. So, tapping into them untouched territories, that showed me through Tech Nine, through DOG, and yeah, those are the cats I came up with.
Hell yeah. That's a good person to learn about stage shows from right there.
No, definitely, man, most definitely. That changed my perspective forever after seeing him live. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we could pass the mic, and if May's got questions, I've got plenty too. So if
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, man, what's a memorable feature for you? In my head, I just call you the verse killer, because all your features, like, you find a way to cut through and hold your own, and just, yeah, man, you really hold it down and you shine on them features.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what it is about features. It's like, if I'm on, like, I'm gonna do my thing on mine, but if I'm on yours, it's like, yeah, I'm a smash down on that shit.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But yeah, memorable feature. Shout out to Cocaine. When I met Cocaine and he brought Corrupt to the city. And we had a studio session with Corrupt, and I was able to meet Corrupt because like growing up, that was my favorite artist. He's a West Coast artist that was super lyrical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he was the first one I heard going crazy lyrical over the West Coast productions. You feel me? And that was a big inspiration to me. And so doing that feature with Corrupt, I think that was the most memorable because when I met him, my verse was already done. And then he come in there, he's like, oh, who's this? He's like, who's this cat on here with all this gas? Who's just gassing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that'll be me. What's up?
Yeah.
You feel me? Then that was back when I was smoking cigarettes. And I was like, whose cigarettes is these? And he's like, they ours. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, Corrupt is cool as fuck. And yeah, I hopped on that. And we shot the video right after the song was done in a drop top. So I'm in a drop top riding down. What was it? I'm in University Place, top down with Corrupt in there. Man, and we doing our verses. So that was a surreal moment. I was like, dang. You know what I'm saying? And he was definitely somebody like, I looked up to, who didn't let me down when I met him. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these celebrities will do that too. You'll be let down once you meet them, like, nah, yeah, he ain't really that. But nah, Corrupt, definitely. That's my boy.
I love to hear it, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, how you just disappear like that? And you blew that cloud of smoke and disappeared. I'm like, am I tripping?
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah. But yeah, Corrupt.
That's a good one. What you got, Wicked? You want me to keep going?
Well, I was just a little bit interested in technology when he spoke about, first Mr. DOG putting them onto the CD game, because that's what it was at that point, and how has he adapted? I mean, going from that time, you had the portable CD burners, or you had one in the computer, but from that point to where we're at now, it's like the technology is all digital. There is no it's hard to get an advantage, so to speak, with the technology. So just if you could speak about starting from that point, DOG putting you on to the CD game. Did he show you how to get the CD burner to put in your computer tower, or did you have the mobile joint that could shoot out 50 in an hour? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm like, okay, so I think my first show was at like VF Dub on Yeah, the
Union.
VF Dub.
I already know VFW Union.
The VF Dub, and that's when I did. I had this chick who did have this CD burner, and so I did go through a phase when I was writing my name on it with a marker. You know what I'm saying? Burning all the tracks on the CD and had my name on a marker. But this was when I was doing it like that. That was before DOGC. What DOG did was show me how to get it pressed up to where you could put it in like a FYE or something, you know what I mean? A Best Buy with the barcode and all that, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what Third Eye would press your music up like that and then give you a photo shoot for the album cover and all that. And so he put me onto that. But I definitely went through the phase of the marker and the burnt CDs.
Yo, that's wild right now that you're saying Third Eye it was a package. I never knew that. I got a stack of flyers over here. I'm sure Third Eye Design is on 75% of these flyers. But I didn't know that you could hit him up and just get the whole deal, the photo shoot for the out. Like, man, that was.
I think a lot of my photo shoots, I just brought an outfit and he took high resolution pictures of me in his garage and then turned it into some legendary covers.
Yeah, they basically Photoshop back then.
Yeah, he was cold. He was cold, and I think he was paying for the programs and the fonts and all that. Yeah, Third Eye was set up nice, man. That's a legendary cover maker right there from the city.
Shout out.
Shout out Third Eye. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna talk to you about like your creative process because you're a rapper's rapper, and you're tricky with the wordplay and you're creative with your bars, but you're also just like a very skillful rapper, just in terms of just the flow and the cadence and the temper, and you're bouncy and you're snappy and to me you still rhyme to the drum.
Yeah.
So I hear like a lot of rhythm in your flow. Other people find different pockets and they do it a different way, but you got a real musical swing to it. And so just wanted to hear about how you write and just that whole aspect of your artistry.
I think it comes from like pulling I mean we in the Northwest, so I think the influences don't just come from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Our influences are pulled from like different genres and different, you know what I mean? And so production wise, I listen to the beat and I listen to the pockets I can go in and I'm big on trying to find a cadence. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listening to a beat, you might just mumble over it just to find the cadence. That was my cadence back in the day. I'm Leia Leezy soprano. They say I'm heated like Rambo. Don't play with me, it's a gamble. I stay in these streets with ammo. You know what I'm saying? So just finding different cadences and then making the words come alive. But I definitely find the cadences first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I might mumble the cadence and then put the words in there.
Yeah. So the flow, the actual flow is the bass as opposed to the word.
Exactly.
I hear that. I hear that. And I think it makes for an exciting listen.
Mm-hmm.
No,
definitely.
Okay.
But I think it probably worked against me because I feel like a lot of the artists that are mainstream, they keep one cadence, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the rappers that blow up, but me, I'm always trying to find a new cadence. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, because the average head just can't soak up too many styles, but those that can really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I think a lot of mainstream artists are like, it's just repetitive. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They keep doing the same thing over and over, just mixing it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Travis Scott or something like.
Yeah, like the baby. They was complaining about his flow being the same, but you know, he's on with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
So, May, you got something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask for the title of the Year of the Nine. Is that like a numerology reference?
Yeah, it's a numerology. Yeah, it's definitely numerology.
What made you go that route?
I ain't gonna what I hear it. I just heard they said we in the year of the nine, and I start looking up like what it meant. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically like shedding all the old habits and developing new ones, and it's like a fresh start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
It's like a fresh start, and I had been I think it made sense for me to call it that because I had been I took a break, you know what I'm saying, from music. And then when I came back, I built a home studio. So now I'm recording myself and now you know, I made the choice to start doing the content thing, you know what I'm saying? And for somebody from my era, that's like a hard choice for a lot of the cats that I come up with to do. You know what I'm saying? To start making the content, start doing it every day, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do the internet shit. You know what I mean? I made the conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm about to just do this shit. You know?
I like it, yes.
And so yeah, I forgot where I heard it, maybe TikTok. They like, yeah, we in the year of the nine. And nine, you know, when I broke it down, I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Cause nine, and then, you know, the block I'm from is 45th, that's nine, you feel me? So it was like, yeah, let's run with it.
No, I feel it. It's not like a reset, but it's almost like a software update.
Exactly.
You know, for yourself and your style, and yeah.
Exactly. So that it just it was just some reference to 2025 and where I'm at with it in the game.
It was an interesting cover, like the religious symbology. It had the little casket in there. Is there any meaning behind that?
Yeah, just killing the old version of myself and trying to, you know, I'm still in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in it. I'm still in it. And then also, there's a song I shot the cover while shooting a video with the feature with West Side Boogie. You know what I mean? And it was a church theme, and it was Cycles, and the song's entitled Cycles, and he pretty much came up with the hook, basically saying, you better know the tide is coming, and there ain't no hiding from it. You know what I'm saying? He said, try not to drown. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, you got to stay afloat. We got to keep on moving. And so, yeah, it was church theme, and I shot the album cover during the set of Cycles.
I know nine is in the 5%. Nine's born.
Yeah.
Like reborn and born too.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. That all aligns up.
Yeah. Exactly. And so yeah, said we in the year of the nine. So
that kind of brings. I was gonna kind of ask a question about that content and just you know, what is your day? What is your day like as Leezy, as an MC doing it full time? You know, what is your average day? What type of work are you doing in the studio? Are you in it every day? Is it about,
I got
albums? Are you just working on it all? You know, like, what does a guy do to try to make rap their full-time career nowadays?
Yeah, right now, like I was just in the city. I just got back from the city, so I'm setting up this homecoming show. I'm doing it at Jazz Balls. I haven't picked the date yet, but yeah, I got that in the works, and yeah, I got the studio at the crib, so I'm teaching myself a lot of the engineering and mixing and doing that myself. As far as it makes it way more convenient if I'm doing features. You know what I mean? I can just load up the song and shoot the verse. My turnaround is super fast, so I'm doing that. And just I even taught myself how to make the covers. You know what I'm saying? So I did the photo shoot. Thomas Terrell did the photo shoot for Year to Nine, but I put the font on there and arranged it like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just continuing to learn new things independently, and yeah, man, I'm on some DIY this year, like just doing it myself, just learning all of it myself. You know what I'm saying?
So people, if they think that you got a bunch of help down there or whatever, you're kind of here to tell them you're still grinding, you're doing it DIY. It's you.
Yeah, it's on me. It's on me. The cover's me. The music's me. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody helping me with the mix. Of course, somebody's doing the photography, but when you see that content coming out, that's me. I went and got the DJI Pocket 3. You know what I'm saying? That shoots in for a 4K. So I'm using that. I got tripods, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm editing all the content myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just since I've been doing the content thing, which is like since the album dropped, like maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I got like 5,000 new followers just from doing the content. You know what I'm saying? And the merch, I built my own website, and the merch is doing pretty good. People purchasing the merch at yacht9.store. You know what I'm saying? So the merch is going out so I'm just doing it all.
Is it still, are you still wildlife and still building with?
Yeah, no, definitely. I come up with a few different names of the label. I just shot a video when I was home. I just shot a video, and I put on some of the young. Yeah. And so Young Dangerous, that's one of the young cats from my area. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to highlight him. He's still young. 19 and 20.
It was nice.
Young, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The young homies is coming up and doing their thing. So I wanted to highlight them. And then my videographer who I started out with, YG Preach, he shot the video. He ain't been shooting lately. He was able to come out of retirement for me. So
that's big.
What I'm saying? It was a vibe. It was a vibe just coming back home. And then shout out ETC, they plugged me with all the with all the clothing too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just wanted some Tacoma homegrown look in the video. You know what I'm
saying? So it's like obvious that to sort of have a career like yours, you have to do more than just rap.
Definitely.
And is that if to the younger people listening and just all the, is that if they wanted to mirror a career like yours, or what would you tell them? What are some of the important things?
Yeah, when I came back in the game, I was I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to pay everybody for all the services I needed, and the budget was there, but I realized that if you're not doing it yourself, it's a waiting game, bro, and just people just got me waiting, and I'm just like, I'm tired of waiting. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to wait on people or be on other people's time, you definitely got to wear more than one hat. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get this ball rolling, because we don't got the luxury of time. We got to, man, for real, we got to keep it going. If you got me waiting, I'm going to figure it out myself. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just learn as much as you can. I mean, it's ideal that you got a team that does a lot of the stuff, so you can just mainly focus on the art. But I mean, you can also teach yourself a lot of the things and just get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I know we've been on a minute. What do you guys got anything? I kind of been interested in Leez's top 5.
Yeah, let's go.
My top 5. Let's see. My top 5. I mean, my top 5 is just obviously like the greats, man. I studied the greats. I say Corrupt. Pop, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie. You know what I'm saying? What is that? That's 4. Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the greats I study. I study the greats.
Hell yeah.
You can't go wrong with those ones right there.
No, those are some rapping ass rappers.
I'm telling you. For real. And underground, I like Sibo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Still active.
Sibo Killer Tay. Yeah, I grew up on a lot of the AWOL cats, you know what I'm saying? The Sacramento cats, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we got a good connection. Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
keep
us updated on your show, and I mean,
yeah. No, I'm definitely putting together the show. Yeah, I'll be going back and forth. Tack, we still supposed to meet up. It got crazy, so we need to meet up. You know what I'm saying? Have some coffee, touch base with you, because you've been champion the city for a long time, man. Like, you a legend out there, Raj, for real.
For sure. I kept hella posters I got some cool ass posters, you and Second Family performing at all types of venues, you know what I mean? I got some good memorabilia for you one of these days.
Nah, definitely. Definitely need that for sure. I was just talking, I was trying to meet up with Kelly too while I was out there. I ain't have enough time. It was like, what, maybe like a good 3 days, 3.5 days there. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not
get
enough.
at me and shoot us your flyer for your show. We'll post it on our show here and share it, and you know what I mean? There's a bunch of us. We'd love to, even open up. We just us showing up as a crowd.
Yeah. No, facts.
There's like 7 of us rappers. So
yeah, hell yeah.
He said we coming Wu-Tang style.
Exactly.
Wu-Tang style. You know,
take up a couple of rows. We'll take up a couple of rows for you.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, for sure. We in that thing, man.
But yeah, everybody support Leez. Check out his music. It's on all digital platforms. His merch show. We got a live chat, so maybe type it in there, or we can type it in there again afterwards.
Oh, y'all got the chat? Come on,
I'll get it in the details on the after run.
All right, hell yeah.
Well, shit. All right. This is the Build and Destroy show. We have King Leez in the building. Look, this is what we do every Sunday. If you want to really get down with the whole Northwest hip hop scene meets politics, meets, modern day current events, jump in here around 5. I can't say 5 p.m. because we be late. So around 5 every Sunday.
Yeah, I was late to the motherfucker too.
Hey, we be here. We do the damn thing. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to go ahead to an outro. We're going to put our intro on the outro today since we had a special intro. But thank you guys. We'll be right back next Sunday. Come and fuck with us.
Good looking out.